Beer here back in the Fantasy Bar Tuesday on tap. 6 more plays ready for you to go on FanDuel and DraftKings, including what team I'm looking to stack for some value. A starting pitcher I think bounces back here tonight in a good matchup, and a beast tonight that gives us both power and speed in this matchup. Who are we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Tuesday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack, rocking it once again here in the Fantasy Bar with some of my favorite plays for you for Tuesday night on FanDuel and DraftKings. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and hanging out here in the Fantasy Bar. Before we get to the plays, you guys know the drill by now. Thumbs up button, very important and much appreciated. Thank you for that. Subscribe to the channel and check out scoresandodds.com/beer for all of your sports betting needs. A reminder, our leadoff play, who was very productive for us yesterday, Marcell Ozuna, with 2 home runs. That first play of every video can be found on our RotoGrinders YouTube page. It's a quick, short, 45-second recap and the intro play, so make sure you are checking that out. All right, let's get into the plays here today. Let's start in the outfield with Bryan Reynolds of Pittsburgh. So Reynolds really swinging a good bat right now. 5 multi-hit games for him over the last 11. We know there's a ton of power in this bat, especially against right-handed pitching, and he's shown that. 363 WOBA, ISO up at 240. And you guys know the drill by now. I see Adam Wainwright on the slate. I want the lefties mainly. I love the stack here of Pittsburgh, but Wainwright against lefties been awful. 465 the WOBA, ISO way up at 281, and the hard contact north of 45%. So Pittsburgh really stands out here tonight. Bryan Reynolds, my favorite of the bunch. All right, we're not done with the Pirates, and let's stay in the outfield with Jack Suwinski. So this stack not going to catch anybody off guard. Everybody knows by now Wainwright, not what he used to be, a shell of his former self, but we have a lot of games on the slate tonight. Got a lot of great teams on the slate tonight. Atlanta, not going to give you any Braves here tonight. Too easy in that matchup. But the point is, on a bigger slate, these stacks can kind of go under owned. So I think that's what's going to happen here. Pittsburgh will have some ownership, not going to be out of hand here. Now Suwinski leads the team in both WOBA and ISO against righties. WOBA up at 364, ton of power here. ISO up at 285. Wainwright mainly depends on curveball, sinker. Suwinski been money against both of those pitches, especially that curveball, that ISO way up over 600 in a limited sample here. Great spot here tonight for Jack Suwinski to break out of this little slump. All right, we're not done with Pittsburgh, but next up, the starting pitcher, Johan Oviedo. So I know last couple starts have certainly been disappointing here, and I think that's going to help us out. If we really like the bats, I really like going to the starting pitcher here as well, whether it's part of that stack or you're just building multiple lineups, you want to get a value starting pitcher. I think Oviedo checks a lot of boxes for us here. Last matchup against St. Louis, and this is way back early in the season, but struck out 10 Cardinals in that matchup. We've seen many games out of this guy, 20, 25, 30 DraftKings points. So one of those pitchers that resides in the mid-range of pricing, but really gives us a ton of upside in this matchup. Now the Cardinals don't strike out a ton as a team. They're not putting up a ton of runs either. 2 or fewer runs for them now in 6 of the last 7 games, including last night here. So I think the Pirates put some runs on the board to give Oviedo some run support. I think he has enough upside to drastically outproduce this price, and the rest of the starting pitching crop, not great in my opinion here tonight. Oviedo, solid value here in the mid-range. All right, let's knock out a catcher on DraftKings. We're talking Freddie Fermin of Kansas City. So when we talk catchers, there's a lot of things we're looking for, but it mainly boils down to price point. Very cheap here. We're not spending a ton on Fermin. Does he hit in the heart of the order and give us some power? Yes, checks both of those boxes here. And lastly, we get a very good matchup here for him. So all the stars align here for Freddie Fermin. 354 WOBA against lefties, and leads this Royals team with an ISO up at 245. Mueller's really been struggling against righties pretty much his entire career. No different this season. 418 WOBA, ISO over 200. And check out that hard contact rate, all the way up at 66% allowed to right-handed bats. So the Royals, another team you could stack up very cheaply here, but I love this spot for Freddie Fermin to knock out our catcher spot tonight on DraftKings. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Tuesday night. Before we do that, let's run it back on our Beast of the Night contest. Easy to play. Just click that thumbs up button and head to the comment section and guess fantasy points on FanDuel tonight for my highest scoring hitter. Whoever's got the closest guess, you're going to win yourself a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. All right, let's wrap this baby up with my favorite play for Tuesday night. You know, Mass, the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. If you checked out the intro video, we started with a Dodger. We're going to end with a Dodger here with some bookends. We're going to first baseman Freddie Freeman, tonight's Beast of the night. Now, normally don't like including the Dodgers. It's almost too easy every night. They're always one of the better stacks here, but I really wanted to highlight this matchup here tonight for Freddie Freeman. We know the power. We know how good he is against righties. I don't know that a lot of people would realize Freddie Freeman leads this Dodgers team with 16 stolen bases. And anytime you got Noah Syndergaard on the hill, vulnerable to power, vulnerable to those stolen bases. So we'll see if Freddie can get it moving on the bases. But the point is, a lot of ways that he can score fantasy points here tonight. 399 WOBA against righties. Fastballs, what Syndergaard leans on, 409 WOBA against that pitch here. And Syndergaard giving up a 375 WOBA, 242 the ISO to lefties, along with a 46% hard contact rate. Dodgers, once again, a premium stack here tonight. Freddie Freeman, easily my favorite play on the board, and tonight's Beast of the night. All right, guys, that'll do it for Tuesday night here in the Fantasy Bar. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points for my highest scoring hitter on FanDuel for your shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. And I want to know, who's your top play? Who's your Beast of the night? Sound off in that YouTube comment section. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck tonight. Take a couple days off, and we'll see you on Friday.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist